welcome to this week's edition of Situational Awareness. I'm your host, Mark, and I'm joined as always by the Chaos crew and our fabulous DM. Let's go around the horn.
I'm Howard playing Taluga.
Rich playing Theo.
Ryan playing everyone else.
And for the final time,
Thanks, everyone. This has been Eric playing Cosmo.
Hand for fucking Cosmo. Eric, you could not have been a more fun first guest on this podcast.
That was
now he's
fucking awesome.
Now he's off to spread the good word.
Spread the good word.
Spread
On tour.
the
Our
word
first
of
Mormon.
Blee.
Just all the messed up shit we did.
Yeah.
You looked at.
The whole set.
Legends grow.
Legends grow. That's right. And they are often spread through song.
Yeah.
Indeed they are.
You could not have had a better, first ally than a bard. Because that's especially with what you guys are trying to do.
Like, what are you guys going to do without me? Like,
Yeah, we need a good PR team for sure.
We're doing great. What do you mean, good PR?
we're doing great.
No one said anything bad, and if they did, they're already dead.
They are a puddle
Spoken
on the
like
ground.
a true PR person. Shit.
yeah, what a fucking...
man.
That whole arc was just so fucking fun.
That was a
fun.
blast.
We needed a really crazy good time after how rough the title goal ended, you know?
Yeah.
And I think this really hit the spot.
Yeah, I enjoyed ending an arc where our fucking hometown doesn't get destroyed. And it's all
We didn't
fucking
lose the house.
You saved a team. You saved a team member whose home was under threat of being destroyed. Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of my idea too. That I wanted them to kind of mirror each other. It was like,
Yeah.
This is on an up note.
yeah, right. It was like both situations you had kind of gone against this really destructive force of Krizik, but this time you guys came out on top. You know, it was like,
totally.
You flip Star Wars us.
yeah.
Oh, that means the Highlands arc is going to end poorly.
Uh-oh.
Arc 1 was fucking Jedi Empire.
Yeah.
Everything's dour and bad.
Well, I mean, up into it was a raucous good time.
You kind of
Just like Empire.
you kind of ended the thing where it's like everybody's like, and then everybody laughs like,
Yeah.
like kind of yeah.
It had a big sitcom ending.
Yeah.
Do an Animal House ending after this. Cosmo Kilroy went on to fucking...
Yeah, like it freeze
chart.
frames. I'm like, and like it's like so no, you know, like exposition after that.
The jihad in Aeona took millions of lives.
Well, to be fair, we already said every person for Krizik that we've met has just tried to kill us.
Yeah, they're kind of full on crusade mode.
suck.
So, you know.
And it's not like we killed other religions.
Yeah.
Just Krizik.
It was only until like the
We didn't kill other religions.
it was only in the last couple episodes was it established that Krizik showed up like months before.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You know, the Chaos Crew did, and so it's not so that like they might be they're behind. They're behind on their sort of responsibility of combating Krizik.
Well, I mean, we just found out about it.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
We're on
like
top of it.
their influence is
Far and
deep-seated,
wide.
far and
Yeah,
wide. Yeah.
I mean, they were already the, predominant religion in Aeona, and now because they have such a network already established, it's going to be really hard to uproot that. That's what I kind of wanted to set up there. What do you got,
I
Mark?
would like to lobby for every... You know what? I'll say every arc.
Okay.
Not to overstep.
In
In addition to our followers we're gaining, I would
how
like to
many
get,
he's
I would
losing?
like to get... No, I want to get a Cosmo follower count.
Oh, we can do that.
Just have
he's
Eric
spreading the
somewhere
word.
wherever he is
Yeah,
rolling
yeah.
D100.
Right.
yeah. We could definitely do that. That's really funny.
Yeah. Just like offshoot new
Just,
followers.
Like depending, you know what? It should be based on a performance check and then a follower count. Because if I perform well, then the higher, then like
the
maybe
number of D100s he rolls.
Yeah,
goes up.
yeah, something like that. That would be funny.
Yeah, if he gets like a 23, he rolls 23 D100s.
Yeah.
2,300 followers based on my tour.
I'm so happy.
On
I rolled
one stop.
100 on the 100.
I can't believe you rolled 100 on a D100.
So
I know. That's amazing.
That's incredible.
I failed the shit your pants roll, but
The followers.
nailed the fall.
We will definitely be seeing Cosmo again. So the place that you are going, the Ebon Wall, the way that I kind of figured the world building for this was the Maelstrom is above the Iron Scar on the surface. And the dark dwarves on that side of the world have built a wall below the ground so that the machines couldn't dig under it. So there is another dark dwarf city on the other side of the continent where you'll be heading with Schlebnor.
So it's like West Germany, like Mr. Gorbachev tear down this wall.
Yeah.
We're gonna unite everyone.
Well, I was like, or I'm like, in my head, I was like, okay, if there's a storm that is keeping all the machines on the surface destroyed, I'm like, there had to have been precautions taken underneath as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it also
Makes
just gave
sense.
me an excuse to be like, oh, cool, I can make another Firebelly city on the other part of the side of the world. So
Yeah.
that'll work. So yeah, that's where you're off to with Schlebnor. I love the idea of you guys in a hollowed out bus.
What the fuck is a bus? That kind of joke always gets me. Is like the same with like the gun. Like no one's ever seen a gun in this world before. So like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, like I sometimes I forget the NPC should
Yeah.
be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the whole fight of just Theo shooting, everyone
Yeah,
should
well,
be like, what the
The cone of silence helped with that because there was no like crazy loud bangs and stuff.
Yeah,
It's just
right.
like suddenly people were getting holes in them.
Yeah, I wanted the king to point that out. Be like, you pointed at people and then they had holes in them. So like, what the hell's that? Yeah, I think it was smart. You guys didn't reveal Reggie being a Dreadforge. I just think that
People aren't ready.
at this point in the story, I don't know if people will be ready for that kind of a thing, but we can get there as we get there. You know,
God, I love Reggie's voice.
it's
It
so
is
so
stupid.
good.
It is
It's
no
the only
hide.
reason we keep him around.
And I don't think I knew that like until you pointed it out.
Yeah, it's
but
100% all the
man, oh
way.
man, I love. Yeah, it's like you've always reassured me, but every time I like am doing a voice you're doing, I'm like, oh, did I steal that from you? But like, it's just like a joke I have to get out.
Yeah, it's something funny about an accent. It's like when you hear someone
Yeah.
do it, you just want to do it right away.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man,
Um,
totally.
Me and my girlfriend watch a lot of 90 Day Fiance, and every kind of weird person on that show, I just immediately copy their voice.
Oh,
and just
it's
can't
like
stop
my
saying it.
favorite thing to do.
It's
Yeah.
just so funny. Yeah. So yeah, I totally understand it. I mean, me and you do it all the time.
Mhm.
Haru, like we're one of I'll just steal your accent and then have to like shake it off.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, I think early on in this arc, there was even like a call out of like, I'm doing this voice about this too much. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it is tough. Like,
Yeah.
it has been pointed out to me too, because I think the last episode that got released was 12,
Yes.
where we are right now.
Mhm.
And someone listened to it was like, I can't believe how many different voices you did in that one episode. And I was like, yeah, I have like 10 NPCs at any given time.
Who is the voice that you do the
Gaming
yeah. So I have to. I don't know if I've said this on the talkbacks yet, but like I was like, oh, who put that warble effect on the edit in that? And Ryan was like, no, that's just me. I was so blown away by that. That was fucking incredible. That's so dry. It's so dry. And like I could have swore that was an effect.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
It's
just
amazing.
the
Just
driest
old
voice I
dry.
can make. I am a little. There is a part of me that's like, okay, we're 2 arcs in, and I've used my entire roster of accents. Yeah. So
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
it'd be
exactly like for me now
Well, we're
that I
going
have
to
to.
the Highlands, so you can bust out some Scots.
Oh yeah.
Scots. Yeah. Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah. Oh man, oh, man.
I was thinking you just
Welcome to Brandini.
you got to change your face.
Change your fate. You can't change your faith.
Watch you.
Yeah.
Oh,
So there'll be
man.
some Scottish dwarves in the Brandini Highlands, definitely.
Right on.
It's a little
I was
preview
thinking a
for
bunch of like
everybody.
cheese heads over.
Oh man, you know what you should do? Well, no, this is reaching, but record, in the improv, in the session, whatever. Like, because I love doing a Scottish accent.
Yep.
Like, record. Like, if you need some diversity, like, I send me back the lines, and I will record them as
We'll
a
add 'em
Scot, and
Yeah.
put them in, overlay that shit.
I know.
Again, that might be
It
like
is
too much
like-
work to do, but
We have a lot of audio editing going
yeah,
on. in
there's
this
a lot
fucking
of
podcast.
ambition right now.
Yeah, it is funny too, because I'm like going through like acceptable accents for me to do also,
Yeah.
because there is going to be a point where I'm like, man, wouldn't it be cool if all the elves sounded Japanese?
How far east are we going?
But then I'm very Irish German, so I'm going to swerve
Yeah.
away from that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think we'll keep it within my sphere that I'm comfortable
When
with.
this podcast is generating income, we will bring in a Japanese American.
Thank
and
you,
have them
please,
put
yes.
in.
But yeah, it's just been really fun. I liked how there was a part of me I liked the idea of East Coast dwarves.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
the
my
whole-
favorite. Like,
So yeah, having just like a bunch of like Philly, Boston, New York kind of scumbag accents was so easy to do for all of the different dwarves.
Also, Crud secondhand sandwiches is their regional dish, apparently. Like fucking Scrapple.
Yeah.
Like a disgusting thing that no one else in the world would ever eat.
oh man,
But they love it.
the next,
I wasn't even going to be like that, but Cosmo liked it so much. I was like, it's
Yeah.
a fucking hometown
It's a-
favorite.
yeah, yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
loves it.
yeah. Again, I don't know why I decided on making Cosmo
It's
eat
funny.
whenever he could, and like no matter what, it's good.
Well,
Like
starving artist.
starving artist, yeah, that totally is the justification.
long.
yeah,
You'll be
no,
charting.
I'm the like blessing of the king now. Like,
Yeah, you're literally like fucking funded.
yeah. I made it, baby.
Yeah, because
You didn't have to sell out.
I also-
Yeah,
wanted
totally.
I wanted
I
King-
made it on my laurels of a fucking
Yeah.
metal god.
I wanted King Ebonshield to just be like, these guys seem like they're really being helpful. I'm going to try to really help them. It's sometimes when you're DMing, it's like it's so easy to make your NPCs dicks when they have
Standoffish
status.
fucking
Yeah,
assholes.
totally.
And like there are times for that. There's times where like you need that. But when I was coming to world building, I was like, oh yeah, this is like the kingdom that was like so isolationist that they hid out the whole war. I'm like, if my like great grandfather was like a famous coward, like, and the opportunity came up to do the right thing for once, when this kingdom has had so many times where they let power get the best of them, or I wanted to be like, there's at least one good king here.
Totally.
His
Yeah.
city may be split up in all these different districts. There may be kind of like weird, things kind of butting up culturally there, but that like, okay, you guys have at least one good ally so far.
What are you talking
Well, it's
about?
like-
all those people shot their pants together. They bonded.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
Nothing will bring a community together quite like a group defecation.
Yeah, I mean, like the performance of that again is just like that's the best show. If I was at a place where they made me shit my pants, that was the best show I've ever seen.
That's
I mean,
my advertisement.
so good you shit your pants. Like,
What more could you want?
oh man, that was so fun. That was awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad that I.
So glad we
partook
got
in
to. You were our first guest. You were on the top of my short list, so I had to get you in as quick as I could.
Right on.
Mm.
But yeah, look, I'm my big plans as a DM. I would love to see some more guest stars on this show. So,
Matt Mercer. No, just kidding.
Hey, Brennan Lee Mulligan. No, but yeah, it'd be great to get.
Erica Ishii.
I do really, really like how it changes the energy at the table having another person, because like
Yeah.
everyone kind of like has to bounce off each other in a different kind of way.
yeah,
It's fun to keep us on our toes.
totally.
Yeah,
And like
Keep us in check.
again, I like I don't know if we pointed out again on Mike, but like Cosmo up to a point had only just been a musician, and then he saw a guy riddled with magic missiles and just Jesus Christ kind of thing like that. Oh man, that dynamic, like that's
That is
kind of
so
what I wanted
funny.
to bring, because like you guys are like battle hardened in this
Yeah.
thick of this mission, and
We have
You just-
a lot.
Yeah.
come across a guy who's like, I'm just trying to like
Lay down
belt out some tunes.
Survive.
Yeah.
Lay out some tasty
It
licks.
is like so easy in D&D to kind of ignore how much violence
Yeah,
you are putting
totally.
into the world.
Mhm.
But it was such a fun dynamic to have a new person that like also to have someone besides me questioning you guys' insane activities.
yeah, that was something we talked about.
Yeah, I was like,
Talking about.
it's nice having someone be like, hey, actually, what?
yeah, well,
you wanna, huh?
Yeah, what is your this giant
Play
goo? Yeah, play goo. I talked about it last episode. I will never get over the confidence of like how you just threw out play goo, and I looked around the table like, he's played goo, right? Like,
And we were just equally
well
as
established.
confused.
yeah. That's the funniest part is the equal bewilderment.
Yeah, I
of
forget-
everyone
It
at the
made
table.
sense though.
I forget what you actually said, but when you like were talking to the king, you said so many Kuatara words in a row.
Oh yeah,
It's like
I'm the Bapu Gold Plope of Tuluga Ploop
It's like
Plooply.
the fucking, Keenan and Kel, Good Burger. Like, I understand some of these words.
Well, it's like that is what it would sound like if you were talking to a fish, like a actual fish.
yeah.
It's like those are all just bubble sounds. Like, those aren't like
Oh, but that's is that intentional? The
Oh, totally.
All right,
Every time,
all right.
it's Kuatoa language, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say like.
Propribolus was the most.
Proplib-
yeah,
God,
Proplibulus.
Proplibulus. That was the
It
most
really
obvious
is just
one.
like
You really
a
gotta
mouth
loosen the
letting
mouth.
out.
You gotta
Yeah.
Proplibulus.
Gotta get some marbles in there.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh,
that's so
marble
fucking
mouth.
awesome. I love that.
And how many times I said ass in that 30-second window before Glebnor called me dumb.
I'm scolded.
Son.
It was so funny seeing Glebnor be like, I am actually socially aware enough to realize that we should probably maybe cut back on the ass talk.
We were getting nowhere fast.
Yeah.
I was explaining the situation.
It was just like, it was begetting so many more questions. It made sense. Like, yeah, let's cut that off.
Me and Gene will get this nice and concise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Mean Gene kind of made, I hope, a pretty concise case for what's going on. But
I'm like so attached to these characters now.
Yeah, they
rule. So many like weirdos in this
Yeah.
campaign that
Me
I
and the
just
king are
love.
like,
You're lucky you missed
Blood
Fenric.
brother.
Yeah.
he tossed me. He yelched my
Gave you the
ass.
fastball special, baby.
Yeah.
We gotta get him to teach Glebnor that.
I know, right?
Oh man, I'm gonna make an effort to have Cosmo learn Kuatoa
yeah.
as a language.
Sing some
It's-
traditional
oh, man,
Kuatoa
like you guys have
songs.
like changed Cosmo's life.
He's on it.
Every time you try to sing something in Kuto, it's just Mongolian throat singing.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. A little integrate the Who.
Yeah, the HU.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one.
the HU who.
There's
Right,
two Who's,
right.
unfortunately.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably my favorite thing about this campaign is how much room it left me to come up with stupid NPCs,
Yeah.
which is my favorite kind of DMing, where I'm just I know my own shortcomings as a DM. I am not incredibly good at describing things, but I know I can throw curveball funny characters at you guys over and over again. So I usually just lean on that
Yeah.
when we're doing it.
Play to your strengths.
Yeah.
Right, totally.
And with Theory of the Mind, it's kind of nice because it's like I can describe something kind of vaguely and let people fill in how they're kind of picturing it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, totally.
Forgot. Did we level up or no?
not yet. I'm going to keep you guys a level 5 for just a little bit.
Okay.
You guys are kind of 5's a nice level. I as a player, I like playing level 5 a lot. And as a DM, it's a little bit easier because 6 is where some stuff's gonna, and like Theo,
Well,
I'm afraid of Theo. I'm gonna be totally honest. Theo gets an ability score improvement at 6 or another feat. And
Oh, it's going in ability score. It's going right into dex, and I'm maxing dex out. So
yeah, so a max dexterity Theo on like a rampage with 2 guns. I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of room before it happens. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe midway through, maybe end of arc 3, maybe we get a little level up situation.
End of it.
And I still
see.
need to figure out what I want for an archetype, so take
Yeah.
your time.
Yeah, exactly. You guys will have time to kind of
Mull it
let
over.
the
Some of us
story,
aren't
maybe.
slinging around 2 guns and a mortar over here.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys decided to multi-class on the second episode.
I mean, it's going to be a lot easier for me because I'm literally going one class the whole way. So
Yeah.
But don't worry, you get the way the pleen now.
Yeah.
It was really cool. We got to, I don't think we talked about it in the last talkback, but I liked we got to see the way the pleen's little homebrew in action where you got to deflect part of the guiding
Yeah.
bolt.
yeah.
That was cool.
That was cool.
It's a very
Really like
specific
that.
combination of things that have to happen for that
Yeah.
to work, but you got rid of a good chunk of the damage, so that worked out cool.
As someone who's not, obviously the strictest combat. I mean, I've DM'd before, and I've I pretty much let everything go in combat.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was cool. That was
Yeah.
a cool homebrew type thing. And that battle episode, that was a whole episode of combat, and that was fucking
Yeah.
awesome. That was a lot of fun.
That goat man couldn't handle the Toluga.
He didn't want the smoke.
Rarely can they.
Yeah. So far, everyone has either ran away or melted in front of me.
Turned to soup.
I know. During that fight, there was a chance that I could have escaped, but I was like, you guys already have so many fucking nemesises. I was like,
They need another?
Yeah, like how many rivals and allies can you voice, Ryan?
I don't know.
I
was
was really considering taking that other Dragonborn hostage.
Do we want another hostage though?
No.
And
We
every
just- after the
arc
last-
we take a hostage.
After the last hostage, we don't get.
well,
You got to bring in guests for the hostages, for the allies, for the guest star.
Yeah,
I thought it was a nice callback to Genry with the lapdog thing.
Mm.
Oh, I love
before
that.
I ended the other Azure scale.
yeah.
mm,
Yeah, there's been I don't know. That was a fun episode, the last one we just did, because it was like very like it was all working out for once. Like usually you guys are just like really flying by the seat of your pants and just
Oh,
like
boy,
hoping it
howdy.
all works.
Oh
But
yeah.
it was nice that like you guys worked really hard in this arc to like put all the pieces on the board in the right way. It all came together perfectly. And yeah, it all fucking worked out for once.
Yeah, it was a lot of
It's going good.
A lot of good payoffs.
Got a paladin and Bleeblee's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Another reason I didn't like the idea of Gideon getting away is he was only in like one episode. And I don't think he had established him enough as a villain to make him recurring. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Totally.
I guess if it was Felix, it would make a bit more sense.
Exactly.
There's no way I was letting him get away.
You guys wouldn't have let me let Felix get away. So, yeah, I wanted it to be like, okay, so the satyrs usually are kind of like higher up, and they're kind of more running the show a little bit.
I hate him so
but,
much.
The
Yeah,
fact that he pooped out little goat pellets
so stupid.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
because he has no pants.
Of course. And he's half goat.
Yeah, I was thinking like the other day too about like all the different fights you guys have had in this arc, and there's been so many that were just so silly. Like I always forget we did that stupid barbershop fight. You guys were like fighting like mullets.
I'll never forget.
Oh man.
Hell toupee.
I almost didn't want Cosmo to perceive on a nat 20 that was them who impaled that.
We totally didn't. What are you talking
My
about?
homies that have been hanging out with this whole time, they're psychopaths. Like,
I love that I got a 4, so I was just believing
Yeah.
both of them.
oh man. Oh my god, the perception of my surroundings just maintained through this whole arc.
So
It's just
funny.
like, well, I don't know what it is about Cosmo walking into a place. He doesn't fucking get it.
It's the only time you rolled bad. It's just perception checks.
I roll so high so often.
I mean, I call for perception checks a lot. I mean, just the game kind of
Yeah.
forces you almost to sometimes
Sure,
as a DM.
sure, of course.
But it is just so funny.
Perception investigation. I have a 0 on perception investigation and a 1 on perception, and
Yeah.
so
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
well, everything else like charisma, intimidation, and performance is all 10.
Yeah. Well, yeah, your performance, and like even with like high rolls, I could not touch you on performance
Yeah.
pretty much that whole time.
Yeah,
The
and it's
whole
not like
campaign, really.
it's not like Damien didn't have high
Yeah, it's plus 9.
performance.
Yeah.
That was like what it came down to, and yeah, no, I mean,
We're
golly,
just
like
better.
yeah,
Yeah.
well.
Well, this was a fucking awesome time.
Hey, listen, guys,
Um,
thanks again for having me. This was a fucking blast. I'm glad that I
You're
did
always
this.
welcome, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see Eric in like arc 8.
Yeah,
You're expected to come back now.
all right. Yeah, no,
I mean, yeah,
that was so much fun.
we got to check in on how the Bleebly Road Tour is going.
Yeah.
See how many record deals I get.
yeah.
Ryan's gonna roll for Cosmo and be like, "You guys hear that Cosmo died in a bus crash?"
After getting
purple worm
500 followers.
Oh, they Cliff Burtoned me. I'm sorry, that's really insensitive.
I promise I will not kill you off screen. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't.
I'll
Unless
kill you on screen.
Unless you get too many followers
that- I
for
could-
us, then he
honestly,
might.
I would accept dying on mic. That's fine.
Cosmo died on the way back to his planet.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing with guests too. Is like you could kill a guest.
Sure.
It's like there's a little bit more wiggle room there because it's like, okay, well, he had a good run. Yeah, and then let me.
Let's see how well Cosmo's received. That's sort of like,
Yeah.
and then we extend his duration.
All right, well, fucking arc 2 in the books, gang. I gotta go home and write arc 3.
Yeah.
People, listen. If you haven't already, tell everyone you know. Scream it from the rooftops. Be a Cosmo. Get out there. Do a little ditty. Buskers, I'm looking at you. And to all our international fans, I want to say thank you because we have been climbing internationally, oddly enough.
All right.
Canada, I see you.
It's because we're making
England, I see you. Parts of Germany and Italy.
Scotland, get ready.
Hey, UK listeners, let them know. Let them know. We're coming for your ass. We're going to do bad Scottish accents.
You're not gonna believe it. They're gonna be fucking terrible.
Just like the Bayou and how much they're embracing us, probably.
We have no listeners in Louisiana, I'll have you know.
Not yet.
A crime shame.
See that? Do you see? Do you see? We ask you for nothing. We give you nothing but joy. Please, please, please. Rate, review, subscribe. Tell everybody you know. We're hitting the road. Keep it dicey.
This has been a Business Shark production.